Hey trackies, welcome back to another video here on TXT Track Time. Please remember to like the video and also subscribe to the channel. Trackies, oh how the plot thickens. And as promised, yesterday when I dropped the video saying, that Elaine Thompson-Herah rejected the offer to run in the women's 4x100 meter finals, a lot of people came out and said to me, T, that's not true. Coach's Dex hit me up and said, T, that is not true. Right. So I said, listen, after my video ends, I'm definitely going to go ahead and check this information out. And I've definitely delivered on my promise, trackies. And I'm telling you, you better watch to the end because this one is spicy. So let's take things from the top. So you all know the women's 4x100 meters had 6 women in the pool: Elaine Thompson-Herah, Brianna Williams, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Price, Shericka Jackson, Shasha Lee Forbes, and Natasha Morrison. Now in the heat, we had Brianna run to Elaine, to Sasha Lee, to Shelly-Ann Fraser-Price. Now, coming out of that, all of the women look fantastic. But the big talk was Elaine Thompson-Herah has to run in the finals. Now, there are also calls, of course, for Brianna to be in the finals as well, but not as strong as, the calls for Elaine to be there, because Elaine looked like she was coming back to some semblance of herself. I mean, she dropped a 9.9, on her leg. And of course, the fastest person, in that heat was Shelly-Ann Fraser-Price. She dropped a 9.88. So in comparison to the rest of the field, especially, Sasha Lee Forbes, who dropped a 10.3, they're like, oh, no, we're sorry. Sasha Lee can't run in the finals. Elaine has to be slotted in for her. Now the finals comes out and there's no Elaine Thompson-Herah, and of course there's no, Brianna Williams. No, trackies, I was not surprised not seeing Brianna Williams. Why? Because Natasha Morrison did not run in the heat. Now I question that. I was like, why didn't Natasha run in the heat? Why was there a need to run Shelly in the heat race? Think about it. That team, a team consisting of Elaine, Brianna, Shasha Lee, and Natasha, would have been enough by a landslide to take home that victory in our heat race. So to me, it was not necessary at all, to run Shelly-Ann Fraser-Price. But as we get closer to the end of the video, I'm going to tell you why it made sense for Natasha not to be there. And as I said, the plot thickens. So anyway, the call was for Elaine to run. We didn't see Elaine turn up to run. Then the race runs, and of course we see Shelly-Ann Fraser-Price picks up an injury, and Jamaica ends up with silver, as a result. But again, the call was why was Elaine Thompson-Herah specifically, not on the team. Out of nowhere, trackies, Nationwide releases information saying that Elaine Thompson-Herah was offered a spot on the team. Now they made it seem as though she was offered a spot on the curve. However, because she didn't want to aggravate her injury, she chose not to run on the curve because she was only prepared to run a straight. Trackies, nothing done go so. Nothing no go so. It was all a lie. Why was it a lie? Because shortly after that, New Era Track Club came out and made a post. And also I saw the same post on Elaine Thompson-Herah's page. And we're going to take a look at it. Here is the post right here. Here is the post. Let's pause. And they at Nationwide FM. Nationwide 90 FM. So they're speaking directly to them because, again, they posted an article indicating that Jamaica, look here. It's not that we didn't want to use Elaine. The coaches recognized that Elaine was running good. So we said, hey, Elaine, we want you on it, but considering what Shelly is going through and considering what Shericka, has to offer, you only can take a curve. And because of Elaine and her injury, and not trying to aggravate it, the coaches were like on her team said, okay, we're just going to sit this one out and not run. Again, nothing don't go so. This is what the I think this was written by New Era Track Club, and of course Elaine Thompson-Herah reposted it. But again, they were atting or subbing Nationwide FM. Now they said, as protocol, we were out warming up with the team. We knew what the team was. We knew our position at the trials and had no issue with their decision whatsoever. Now please do not use lies to justify your own decision. Just let us be. We are human. We will be inclined to react. This is too constant. Trackies, They're trying to use lies to justify their decision. So, on the back of Jamaica's performance in the 4x100 meter finals, they're now trying to put lies out there as to say Elaine Thompson Hero rejected the spot, right? And that is why, she did not run. When it was solely their decision, and I'm going to get into that decision a little bit more. When it was solely the coach's decision, the head coach's decision, to not have these athletes run. And as Elaine Thompson here, her team said, if you continue to push us, we will be inclined to respond. This is too much. It's getting too much. It's too constant. Track is, this is literally what is going on here. So, of course, again, this is what Elaine Thompson Hera's team has to say. And if you look in the background, track is, there's a race happening in the background with a set of girls. And I'm going to get back to this because when all of us were looking at this little thing here, we were focusing on the writing on the wall. We were not looking at what was going on in the background. And that is also very, very important to the proceedings. So also in Elaine Thompson Hera came out and said, she did another post, and I'm going to put this up on the screen. She did another post saying, boy, trouble not set like rain. The devil, you is a liar. And a psalms a day keep the devil away. She put this up as well. Now, there are other claims as well from parties saying that, Elaine Thompson here was, involved in some altercation when they were warming up. Track is all, to try to spin this narrative that there was something going on with Elaine Thompson here. And again, these are all lies. They're trying to cover their decision making and their poor decision making skill. And we're going to get into why it's poor decision making skill. Now, track is, I'm not going to lie, this is giving us Taekwondo Tracy 2.0. Now let's go back a little bit again. Remember when Elaine ran that blistering 9.90? I'm sure you heard on her leg. I'm sure you heard coaches Deck say they kept talking about, her fitness. And what did we even hear being broadcast on traditional media? They kept saying that, oh, she ran 11.06 at trials. And I'm like, trials or trials? No is no. And you see no in your face, live and living color, that she's much more fit than she was then. That 9.90 proved it. Track is, but guess what? I have even more proof for you when it comes to how really good the actual athletes were performing. And I'm talking about Brianna Williams and, of course, Elaine Thompson Hera. Let me play another video here for you guys. This is the same race. This is the same video that you saw before. However, this time it has no writing on it. So now you can actually see what is going on. So let's pause. Brianna and Elaine are out there in lane 1. They're out there in lane 1, and this is practicing the relay handover, the changes. This is them. So let's go back a little bit. Again, if you look all the way over in the background, that is Elaine and Brianna. I may put up an arrow on the screen so that you guys can focus on them, but they look really tiny from this position. You know what? Let me take myself off the screen and try it that way. Let me try putting them up on the screen alone and see if it gets any bigger. No, it's not any bigger, unfortunately. All right. So let's go back again and do it this way and add this back to the screen. Let's go back now. So they're in lane 1. Let me take my time and scrub through. Elaine is in a yellow top and Brianna is in a green top, right? You can't see them because I think right now, if I'm not mistaken, that is probably Sasha Lee Forbes. So they're right in line of Sasha Lee Forbes based on what you're seeing right here. But again, look right over in lane 1. That's Elaine and Brianna. Brianna in a green top, Elaine in a yellow top. Let's go. What do you see happening, Trackies? What do you see happening? Brianna and Elaine done make button change long time before anybody else made any pass on this relay. Yes, I'm hearing that. And this is from a good source, Trackies. I definitely came through with this one. Trackies, I'm hearing that Elaine and Brianna have been beating everybody in that practice on those first 2 changes. Yes. That is exactly what was going on, Trackies. So they knew that these athletes were performing better than anybody else, what anybody else had to offer on those first two legs. And they still chose to not use them. Trackies, I'm also getting, word, and this is alleged, of course, that, coaches there, on the field, they were looking and they're like, look here, we have to go use them because they look the best. But allegedly, and we're gonna call a certain man in on this channel going forward, such man. Apparently, such man allegedly has the final call. Remember, he claims that he doesn't have no call on the relays. Well, allegedly, such man had the final call in this, and he chose not to use Brianna and not to use Elaine. Even after watching them over and over, yes, Shakis, I'm getting this good information off the ground. Watching them over and over and over, consistently defeat everybody on the first two legs. They still decided not to use them on those legs. Now, Trackies, let's go back to the heat race again. Let's go back to the heat race again. Remember, said they don't use Natasha in it, and I was wondering to myself why. To me, it's all a big plot. It was all a big plot because they saw what was happening in the heat race. It was all a big plot to ensure that they kept Elaine Thompson-Herah out, and by keeping Elaine Thompson-Herah out, they also keep up Brianna because they go hand in hand. They're like two peas in a pod. They were the two of them trading together to hand off the baton. So it's like they're two peas in a pod at this particular moment. So they ensured that they kept Natasha out of the heat to ensure that they kept Elaine out of the finals because there would be an excuse to use Natasha in the finals. Remember, as long as Natasha ran in the heat, just like how Sasha Lee ran in the heat, there would be very much live excuse to say, well, we see better performances here. There's no need for Natasha anymore. She's still gonna get a medal. There's no need for Sasha Lee anymore as well. She's still gonna get a medal. Run the best girls. Trackies, that's not what they decided. They decided, even when it was blatant and dry in their faces, that Brianna to Elaine was the best option. They decided not to use it. And then they're now coming with this big cover story to say that Elaine Thompson-Herah declined the offer to run when nothing don't go so. Letting me also run with this story on my channel. You know what I mean? But anyway, Trackies, there you have it. It was all a lie, all a cover up. Taekwondo Tracy situation 2.0. Trackies, certain man head has to roll. I am sorry. He's not doing the best for the country. It's all, I don't even know what it's for. Because at the end of the day, these athletes would still get money. You know what I mean? They would still get money. So is it the glory of running in the finals? Is it the glory of running in the finals? Is it the same thing like what we're going to be going through back in the day when certain people felt like, oh, because they won the 100 meters, they needed to run the anchor leg? Is that what we're going through now? Trackies, this cannot continue. This cannot continue, and certain man head has to roll. Anyway, Trackies, sound off in the comment section below and let me know your thoughts based on all of this information that is now, brought to light on the lies and the corruption going on in our own team. For Team Jamaica, for our athletes. These are what the head people are up there doing. Anyway, Trackies, sound off in the comment section below, like the video and subscribe. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.